Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me here on The WAN Show. It's going to be just me this week. That is to say, unless Twitch pulls a Dennis or Riot, which seems pretty likely, although I think he is busy editing a video right now, so I'm really not sure if it's going to be an option. But I've actually got a fair number of good topics this week, asterisk, because some of the good topics that I'll be discussing this week are actually ones that took place more last week than this week, but I didn't get a chance to talk about them last week because Luke got all distracting with his dreamy blue eyes and all that stuff. So Luke and Brandon are actually on an embargoed trip right now. They are in Switzerland, of all places. Pretty freaking cool, which means that I am on my own, except that, yes, Twitch chat is completely exploding. Thank you for that, Twitch chat. I'll tell you what, I will ask Dennis to join me for a few minutes here, but I really don't know how much time he's going to have. You guys are merciless. Just for a few minutes. That's always how my requests start. Hey, can we do that thing I want to do? It'll only take a few minutes. So I've got a pretty good show for you guys today, though. Some of the topics are actually leftovers from last week, like I said, but there is some pretty interesting stuff from this week. So in spite of my inability to order one, the HTC Vive managed to sell 15,000 units in 10 minutes, talking about the implications of that. Samsung has a 15 terabyte SSD. I'm waving, but my body language, I'll try.
Oh, man. Oh, Jesus.
Hi, Dennis. Welcome to the show. Hold on. I'm just going to tell people about some of the topics we got this week. So John McAfee revealed on national television how to hack into the San Bernardino killer's iPhone, which the method he outlined. I mean, I'm no iPhone security expert, but caused me to raise an eyebrow, and I'm not the only one. Farcry Primal's map. Same map as Far Cry 4. More on this at 11. And joining me for the show is Dennis. Hello. With one of the gigantic food
Shrimp.
of his people around his neck. Would you say that shrimp is a food of the Taiwanese people?
Yeah, this is fresh, big shrimp I got from Taiwan.
Okay, excellent. I'll roll the intro now.
Oh,
Thank you. Ed made it. It's me and Luke.
yeah.
With shirts that we no longer wear, but that we used to wear. Those used to be like our trademark shirts.
Yeah, we don't have that color.
No, we do not have that couch anymore. I do still have that shirt somewhere. And Luke may still have that. I think it's like a Team Liquid hoodie. He may still have it somewhere. But I'm genuinely uncertain if any.
Oh.
We definitely don't have the red cushions anymore. Those are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually gave that couch to a friend of mine who runs a badminton center now. So, badminton. You're Asian.
Yeah.
What do you know about badminton? You like badminton?
I play in Taiwan's PE class. We play a lot of badminton, but I'm not professional. I don't think I'm as good as you. But I think
You don't have to say that just because, like,
I'm
just, you know.
better than the other people here, I think.
Okay. We should play sometime. Maybe we'll get an opportunity to engage in some kind of fun, exciting sports thing sometime in the next little bit. We'll see how your physical sporting prowess is. So let's jump into our first topic for the day. This was posted by Sam Fisher on the forum. I forgot to test if my screen capture was working. So it helps if you plug in the HDMI cable. And whoa, look at that. The stream computer worked for the first time ever. The HTC Vive sold over 15,000 units in 10 minutes. That's the Taiwanese people made that.
That's my people.
Yep. So, they make pretty much everything that's not made in China. So it's like, It's like Taiwan and Japan. If you want something that's sort of a step above China, then that's where you're going to want to go. So HTC has been hanging on for dear life. They can't make a phone that anyone wants, so they partnered up with Valve. They introduced the HTC Vive. The initial concept looked really interesting for those of you who need a bit of a primer on it, where they had this idea where instead of having a tracker right in front of the user, they were going to have these lighthouse towers for extremely low latency position detection, and the initial units were frankly not very impressive. Did you try the Vive at CES this year? Okay.
No, I didn't get to see that.
At CES this year, the Vive grew up. The Vive put on its big boy pants and started to look like a legitimate competitor for the Oculus Rift. Now, to my knowledge, Oculus has not released any of the sales figures for the Rift, but the Vive was priced at, if I recall correctly, it was $799 US. Let me just so the Vive was priced at $800, leading many, myself included, to believe that combined with the cost associated with running VR on a computer that's powerful enough to run VR would really hurt initial adoption. I mean, can you believe 15,000 people bought a pair of goggles that goes on their head that runs with like a handful of programs, and they have to have a computer starting at probably around $1,000 to $1,300 to even use?
That's quite a lot.
Have you tried VR at all?
I tried. I didn't try the entire thing. I tried a glasses thing in CES. Didn't have much time, but I would love to try that. The Vive.
Thanks, Dennis. You're a great co-host here. You're helping me out a lot here.
Vive is amazing.
Really? You guys all have tried it?
A few people tried it.
Okay,
Yes.
I didn't even see it.
You don't have to be so shy, man. Like if like me or Luke is like trying something at CES, you can be like, "Can I try it?"
It looks. I don't think we saw that at CES.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And we went to the HTC booth, but we saw there's a scale thing. That's all we saw. Oh, not at CES. The thing before CES, the first day. So I didn't see that.
So the implications of this are pretty huge from my perspective. I mean, I am willing to bet money based on that HTC has never, come out and said, yeah, we sold 15,000 of our new flagship phone in 10 minutes. That it has been a long time since HTC has had a product fly off the shelf like this. And for them to get their foot in the door in a real way, whether it's the partnership with Valve, whether it's the fact that the Vive is just a really impressive piece of hardware, this could be a breath of fresh air into the lungs of HTC. And I personally have been kind of rooting for them all this time because they were that kind of upstart from nowhere. I mean, people forget this, but they were kind of like a OnePlus. Many years ago when Android was just kind of starting to chip away at the market share of the other phone makers. And they were kind of a big deal. They made a lot of really important phones over the years. And as much as phones have kind of lost their glamour with anyone but Apple, Samsung, or actually LG to a certain extent lately, unable to really dazzle people with their new phone releases, if HTC is the one out of all those guys that figured out, okay, we're going to jump into this, then I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them. Great job, guys. And to be clear, I do recognize that Samsung has the whole Gear VR thing going on. But you guys need to recognize that the Vive and the Oculus Rift are completely different pieces of hardware compared to something like Gear VR. It is not the same thing at all. So, yeah. I guess I am blown away. Here, I want to hear from you guys. And this is important. This is important, you guys. I want you to answer as honestly as possible. Did you pre-order a Vive? Or you know what? Did you pre-order a gaming VR headset? And I'm gonna put all the options on here. So Vive, and I'm really serious. I'm leaving out the turn-up option, okay? So Vive, Rift, both, none. Let's get that poll created here, and I want to hear from you guys. By the way, I did eventually manage to get... Everyone stop answering in the Twitch chat, for crying out loud. That's not how we do things. I can't even read that.
Can I even see your thing? Because it's all gone.
I know,
back up.
and they make it impossible for me to post my links. Look at the link. Click the bit.ly, you guys. The LTT bot bit.ly. So let's have a look. So guys, to be clear, I did eventually manage to get a Vive pre-order in.
Wow.
It took me a little while. It took me about 40 minutes, so I'm deeply concerned that I'm not going to be getting a particularly early unit, which is going to set back our coverage for it, but whatever. There's nothing I can do about that at this point. So I did get one. So we definitely have an order in for a Rift, and we definitely have an order in for a Vive, and we're going to be really looking into how video cards perform with these, what the experiences are like. I'd love to even maybe branch out, and I haven't talked to Luke about this, so don't quote me on this, but I'd love to even do some game and app reviews specifically for these products, because while I recognize, especially now seeing the results of this poll, that very few of you are actually interested enough in gaming grade VR to plunk down, you know, I think it ended up costing me about 1,200 Canadian rubles for just one of them, to plunk down that kind of money on a gaming headset. I think it is super important for the future, and it's important for us to get familiar with these devices so we can continue to provide you guys with contextually relevant information about the new devices that will be coming in the future. And it's also important for us to have these devices here in the office so poor Dennis can try them.
Yeah. Where do you have needles?
What? Oh, okay. That is an interesting question, and I'm glad you asked. So I have these needle-capped syringes here on the table.
And that finger.
Yeah. It's called nail polish.
Nail polish.
Yep, nail polish. Which ironically does not polish your nail so much as cover your nail with paint. Nail polish is actually a bit of a misnomer.
Oh.
A misnomer is a name for something that.
But it's not right.
It's not. It doesn't accurately describe it. Yeah. See, this is how the arrangement works. We don't actually pay him, but he teaches us about Taiwanese culture.
Yeah.
And edits videos, and then we teach him English. We're not doing a very good job of our end of the bargain, though. Sorry, Dennis.
Okay, so what's that for?
Okay, so actually I'm going to be doing a live experiment with the, here, I'll switch to the camera
That
angle
looks really scary.
that I'm planning to
needle.
use for it. No, it's not a big deal. So I'll be doing a live experiment where I had a lot of people comment on my painting video of this GTX 980 Ti that the text here, the GTX 980 Ti, really needs to be a different color to make it pop, because this used to be black. So my theory is that I can do a poor man's like epoxy resin fill technique to color this with a syringe and some nail polish. That is an actual technique that's used to make things like high-end case badges and emblems. So where they'll actually have a metal stamped or cast sticker, and then they fill in with different colors. Cool. So I'm hoping that I can do that for sort of under $10 kind of thing. But I don't know if it's going to work. But if I ran out of topics on Wednesday today,
is it easy to get the needles?
Yeah, it's just a needle. You just tell the pharmacy you're diabetic.
What's that?
Diabetic?
Oh.
Yeah, that means you
Diabetes.
have like a brain disorder that makes it so when. No, I'm just kidding. Diabetes, yes.
Diabetes. I know diabetes.
Yes, you can also get them at safe injection sites.
They're very nice.
The ones they have at the safe injection sites are better?
Well, the people are very nice.
Oh, the people are nice. That's
They
good.
don't judge you.
Oh, how did you know?
So, posted by Nona Hexa on the forum. The original article here is from Computer World. Samsung ships the world's highest capacity SSD with 15 terabytes of storage. Now, 15 terabytes of storage. So Dennis, do you know how much overall storage capacity we have in our entire server room?
200 terabytes.
Actually, that is
Very close.
very close. Yep, we are somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 terabytes of storage. Now, that 200 terabytes of storage takes up one entire 4U rack. That's all magnetic storage. and another 4U rack with the necessary host bus adapters and trays and 2.5-inch SSDs. It's not a very efficiently laid out case. It's only got 24 SSDs in it, but so far we've taken up 8 U's worth of racks. And then we've got another machine that's just got like a temporary, like a dumping ground for offloaded footage that makes up the rest of it. With a mere, 12 of these SSDs, we would be, because we've actually got about 185 terabytes. So we would have the same capacity of storage that we have in our entire server room in like what I could fit in my 2 hands, just like this.
Yeah, wow.
This thing looks freaking bananas. Now it is still, I believe it is SATA. I don't even think it, no, it is SAS. So this is a SAS drive. They're calling it the PM1633A, and it is the highest capacity solid state drive. Its peaks, so random read and write speeds of up to 200,000 and 3,200 IOs per second. So to be clear, those read IOPS are pretty darn good. Those write IOPS are not particularly impressive. So what Samsung's going after here is the write infrequently, read very, very frequently, and with very, very high data storage density applications. And there is definitely a place for this. Like, for example, while it doesn't have the same kind of performance that a PCI Express-based, preferably NVMe SSD would have, because it uses a SAS interface, you can connect a lot more of them to a system just with host bus adapters or RAID cards. So you can connect like whack loads of them. You're not limited by how many PCI Express slots you have. And in addition to that, it is hot swappable. So you don't have to power down the system, take it out, and swap a card if you have a drive failure or something along those lines. This is freaking incredible. 15.36 terabytes. Oh wow, look at this. So Samsung is trying to set a new bar for the endurance of the drive as well. It can support 1 full drive write per day. That is a full 15.36 terabytes every day on a single drive without failure over its 5-year warranty. Holy freaking crap. So let me tell you, there are some data center architects that are drooling over this. And I'm personally drooling too, because I can think of all kinds of things that I would love to use a 15 terabyte SSD for. Wow. So they're saying that the random read IOPS performance is about 1,000 times that of a SAS-type hard disk drive, and the sequential read and write speeds are more than twice the speed of a typical SATA SSD. Because this is not just SAS, it is SAS 12 gigabit. So that is because of, I believe it's due to the controller complexity and the power consumption, that is the next step remember guys, SAS and SATA are very closely related and have evolved with each other. So that would be the next step for SATA if they could figure out how to solve those problems. And if there was really a need for a desktop system to have so many drives connected to it anymore, between the cloud and NAS storage, I can't think of a reason why most personal computers really need more than 1 or maybe 2 drives. So the desire for this 12 gigabit interface that you can connect anywhere between 6 or 12 or however many SATA ports you would have on a motherboard drives is really not very high, and the cost of implementing it is very high.
I've learned some term in Fab about SAS and SATA.
We don't really refer to it as FAP externally. We call it fast as possible.
Take a key.
Yeah, but that's good.
They know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
they call it that word too.
Yeah, they probably do. So what was I going to say? Oh, right. So the way that Samsung is achieving all this capacity is with their stackable vertical NAND. They are right now far and away the industry leader in that technology, with guys like Intel very much playing catch up. So let's see. There's actually a lot of really great technical details. This is a really good article from Computer World here. So they're using the same blah 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 blah. What are we looking at? So how many 256 gigabit dies are on here? Wow, 256 gigabit on a chip that is larger than the tip of a finger. So they're stacked in 16 layers to form a single 512 gigabyte package. So there's a total of 32 of those flash packages in the 15.36 terabyte drive. This is actually a question that a lot of people have asked, whether it's directly to me or just I've seen this question on forums and stuff over the years. And here, I will pose it to you, Dennis. I'll see if you can answer the question.
I'll see if I can understand the
Okay.
question.
So you know how a hard drive is like this
Yeah,
big?
yeah.
Okay. And an SSD is so small.
Yeah.
Like they're like this big, or in the cases of laptops,
really light.
remember the
Yeah.
one, you probably edited the one on M.2, right?
Yeah.
Like they're tiny. They're just a
Yeah,
little,
they're small.
like they basically are like a thicker SD card.
Yeah.
Like crazy. So a lot of people have asked over the years, why don't they just pack as many flash chips as they can into something the size of a hard drive for desktops? Then we could have had high capacity. I mean, theoretically, if Samsung can make a 15
Yeah.
terabyte 2.5 inch SSD today, why can't they make a 60 terabyte 3.5 inch SSD today?
I really don't know why, but that sounds doable.
And in theory it does, and I'll explain why, just because a lot of people have brought this up over the years. The reason is actually due to a couple of things. Number one is cost, and number two is actually very closely related to number one, and it is complexity. So the cost of the NAND chips, it doesn't get cheaper if you make them bigger. In fact, the manufacturing process for NAND chips is refined to the point where down to micrometers, they've determined what the optimal size is for the optimal interconnect speed and all that nonsense that goes on inside of a chip. There is no point, there's no benefit to making it physically larger and putting it into a larger package, because you might actually end up with a latency penalty, for example, that would hurt performance. So there's the cost. So just because you can put 3,000 flash chips into something the size of a 5.25 inch optical drive, why don't we just have 5.25 inch SSDs and we'll put them in our optical bays, doesn't mean that we could afford it. And then number two is complexity, also related to cost. So building a controller that supports more communication channels out to all of these chips and can handle things like load balancing and the leveling of the wearing out of all the different NAND chips in the drive, building that controller is extremely difficult. And the more communication it needs to do, the more calculation it needs to do, the more expensive and the more complex it needs to be. And unless you can sell over a certain threshold of these controllers, you're not going to make back what you spent in R&D, no matter how much you end up charging for it. So you have to wait until the economies of scale make enough sense that you can build a complex enough controller that you can attach enough NAND chips that you can afford in order to make an SSD of a higher capacity. So the solution that we've been left with is you just have small SSDs and big metal adapters if you really, really, really want to put them into a 3.5 inch bay.
I'm so lost. I'm so lost. Sorry, Dennis.
That's okay. Hopefully you guys aren't lost. This is great. Retro Capes says you're having a Vietnam flashback.
I just trying to process all the words you say. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I talk pretty fast. Although I read a really interesting article once. Ed actually linked it to me. I would love to be able to find it. By the way, we've got the final results for our straw poll here. 91% of you did not pre-order a gaming VR headset, with a whopping 8%. That doesn't add up. What the hell? Okay. Anyway, the rounding error. 91% of you did not pre-order a gaming VR headset, with 8% of you saying that you did, and only 1% of you saying that you pre-ordered both. So very niche, very expensive, but apparently around the world, beyond our audience, where we've got, about 150 people saying they bit the bullet and went for it, there are apparently thousands and thousands of people revealing a much healthier appetite for this stuff than I would have necessarily expected, especially given how few people have actually had an opportunity to try it.
When's the VR thing coming out? Is it coming out this couple years? Or
well, one of the headsets is shipping in April. So we'll have one here,
Wow.
like very soon. However, if you're a Mac user, you may not be able to enjoy that same privilege. So this was originally posted by Master Disaster on the forum. Original article here is from PC Gamer. Oculus founder. Rift will come to Mac if Apple, quote, ever release a good computer. Wow. Burn. And to be clear, and this is right in the article, very sensationalist headline. I don't blame them. When your entire business is whether or not people click on your article or not, I don't as long as you're not being deceptive, I don't actually blame you for trying to attract people to click on it. But it does say, he did clarify, saying that he was referring to Apple's lack of high-end GPU support even in its high-end systems that the Rift is dependent on. So he went on to say, you can buy a $6,000 Mac Pro with a top-of-the-line AMD FirePro D700, and it still doesn't match Oculus's recommended specs. I mean, remember, guys, Oculus is asking for what? R9 290 or a GTX 970 graphics card. I mean, we're talking a current-gen, enthusiast-grade graphics card, whereas Apple, over the last little while, unless you look at their mobile lineup, has really de-emphasized the importance of GPU. And to be clear, I don't mean mobile laptops. Their laptops, some of them I think still have decent GPUs in them, but nothing high end. I mean, a lot of people say, you know, Linus, why do you use the Razer Blade 14? It's just a MacBook with a better GPU. Why do I have to explain why I use it? Because the MacBook is a great piece of hardware. It's a MacBook Pro, to be clear. The MacBook Pro is a great piece of hardware, but it has a freaking craptastic GPU for what it is and for how much it costs. That's why the Razer Blade 14 makes a lot of sense to me. So I guess that's pretty much all there is to really say about that. I was going to riff on this with Luke if he was here this week a little bit more, but maybe Dennis, I'll get your thoughts.
What? What? I don't know.
Do you think Apple makes good enough computers for gaming?
I've never seen people playing games on Mac. Mostly they do media things like Photoshop or Illustrator or video editing. But seriously, I've never seen people play games on Mac. Oh, Nick, he has a Mac.
Yeah, get wrecked, Burkle.
He played like stupid little game when he was in college, in class. Yeah. In class.
How did he pass? Did he get better grades than you?
Yes, in every class.
But no, my grammar is better than his.
Your grammar is better than his?
Yes. But
like in
he got
writing?
really good. Yeah. No. There's a grammar test. I got 100% goal.
Wait, you guys are in BCIT. Why are you doing grammar tests?
There's a
And communications, because we
class.
have communications diplomas.
Communication.
That's what our education.
What do you mean
is in.
communications is what you do? You never even graduated.
Yeah, well, that's why my communication is shit.
Okay, there was a law class that we had, and I never studied, and I always just played Age of Empires in it, and I would just subconsciously listen, and I got an A in it, and
But
Dennis failed.
you are stuck in HM Empire.
Yeah, so?
So you work hard on HM Empire, but you suck. I work hard on law. I pass still.
I think we can all agree that Age of Empires is much more important to his current line of work than law.
How else would I find
Have you
those sound
seen
effects?
the other rod?
All right, so moving on with actually the show. This is a big deal, and hopefully we can get Dennis to weigh in on this one.
Okay.
This was posted by Mech777 on the forum. The original article here is from Tech Power Up. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Oh, you know what? I just realized I've been totally derping, and I haven't been posting the articles in the Twitch chat. Normally Luke does that for me. I'm sorry, guys. There you go. There's the article from Tech Power up there, and now I'm going to try and find my way back to it, for crying out loud. Okay, there we go. Windows Store games are going to be limited in some pretty freaking crappy ways. I mean, Microsoft, the more times they commit to the PC gamer, the more times they turn around and take a steaming dump on the PC gamer, especially the enthusiast PC gamer. And I understand that if all you play is like, what's it called? Like Zuma or like, you know, what's that stupid game that my sister played with the cafe Diner Dash, or you know, whatever. If that's all you play on your PC, you are technically still a PC gamer, and I'm not going to be down on that. I'm going to be like, yeah, you're not like OG enough. You're not hardcore enough. You don't have a 5-digit Steam ID, yo. You know, I'm not going to be like that or anything. But why take a crap on the enthusiast gamers who do invest in hardware that runs your operating system and not let them take full advantage of it? So word on the street right now, the way that it's looking right now is that Windows Store games may not have proper support for adaptive VSync, SLI and CrossFire, modding, or even proper full screen game support, because while it is, what it appears that they are going to be doing is running these games as Windows apps. So technically, that's going to run in windowed full screen. So I do know, and I apologize in advance because I haven't, it's not 100% clear how many of these limitations will affect how many games and with which video cards. What I do know is that NVIDIA supports G-Sync, for example, in windowed full screen. AMD, on the other hand, does not appear at this time to have a solution for AMD FreeSync in Windows full screen. So while news breaking originally that there might be exclusive titles, I believe the upcoming Gears of War release is going to be exclusive to the Windows Store. And I was like, sure, okay, I get it. I mean, hey, look, everyone else is doing it. You know, whether you're Ubisoft or Valve or EA or whatever, everyone else is doing it. So fine, I get it. You want to drive the adoption of your platform. But if you are going to stunt your platform by killing things like SLI and Crossfire support, I mean, killing it even worse than the game developers implementing it poorly, then what's your problem? Like, I get the economics. I get the business strategy of not wanting to give up a cut of the game that you are selling to some third-party distribution service like Steam. If you just want to pocket that money, fine. I understand that. You know, everybody's got to make money. But if you cripple your game at the same time, then that just becomes it's just rubbing salt in the wound. And I've got some people asking about Tim Sweeney's comments. Unfortunately, that situation, we were looking into it before WAN Show, is a whole lot of he said, she said right now. Maybe we can talk about it a little bit once the dust settles next week. But right now, that whole situation between Epic Games and Microsoft right now is something that I don't really want to touch. So, Dennis, let's get your thoughts on this.
About the Windows thing?
Yeah.
So they don't support full screen and some VSyncs.
So they do support full screen, but it's like borderless full screen. So you don't actually, it's a borderless window. So it's technically running in windowed mode. Like you can alt tab out of it and into other applications. Like it doesn't completely take over the experience, but you don't see the borders around it.
Oh.
But what that means, because of some complications in the video card driver, is that certain advanced features that require the video card driver to fully take control of the application are not able to function. And these are functions that, so someone might buy one of these and they will get sort of the full experience in this situation, missing some stuff potentially. But some people will go as far as to buy two of these. So they'll spend an entire additional like $800 on their gaming system in order to theoretically double their performance in SLI. So Microsoft is taking a big poo on that.
So like the Windows have full control of the entire thing.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I like everything you can just control, and you don't have to buy something for that brand. Like,
to be clear, Microsoft isn't offering an alternative Microsoft video card. They're just completely kneecapping the functionality and not giving you any recourse whatsoever.
I don't like that.
So there you go, guys. You heard it here first. Dennis doesn't like that. And I don't like it either. So, Microsoft, if you guys are watching, Yeah, thank you, Dennis. All right, so let's move on to our next topic here. Actually, we should probably do. Oh no, this one's too good to pass up. I was gonna do sponsors. No, I'll do sponsors first. We'll jump into that other topic after. So first sponsor is lynda.com. Dennis, what do you know about lynda.com?
You can watch videos and learn, and you can go through all the scripts, and you can go along. You can download it to your app on your iOS or Android to your iPad. You can watch it on the go. You can watch on the bus or when you are doing exercise, right?
That's actually surprisingly good. He's doing it off memory too.
I'm editing so many things.
Okay, so whether you're looking to supercharge your hobby or you want to kickstart a new career path, lynda.com has more than 3,000 courses available in topics like web development, photography, visual design, Excel, WordPress, Photoshop, video editing. And what's great about lynda.com courses is that, well, they're not necessarily going to be like the way to master cinematography. What they will do is they will give you the fundamentals to be self-taught in the future. So you can learn a lot of tips and tricks that if you've taken classes or if you've taught yourself a lot of things, they'll give you that broad foundation that will fill in the gaps that you missed and help you to continue your journey. Plans start at only $25 a month, and you can get a 10-day free trial, which gives you access to every course on lynda.com by heading over to lynda.com/WAN show, which I pointed down below, which we'll have linked in the video description, which would be true on the VOD, but in the meantime, I guess I could just post it in the Twitch chat here. What are you doing?
Here.
Oh yeah, right. Oh,
Here.
good work. See, this is what for those of you wondering why Dennis is joining me on the show today, right there, guys. And also for his gorgeous, smooth face. Dollar Shave Club. Wait, what? Did I click the... wait, what? Dang it, Nick. All right, well, we'll do Squarespace first. So, Squarespace, the way to build your simple, powerful, beautiful website using... Oh, you know what, Dennis? I want you to do it.
You should, if you are looking for a good tool. They have million templates.
They don't have a million.
They have a couple. They have a lot of templates.
Yes.
And you can build your web page, profile, or for commercial, or for your portfolio, or whatever. It's easy to build, make it beautiful, and what's good. It looks good. Even we use Squarespace for our forum.
No, not for our forum.
No, okay, that's the other one.
No, we use it for LinusMediaGroup.com. Squarespace doesn't have forum functionality.
That's my fault. LinusMediaGroup.com. So it's really easy to use. Even I can use it.
Really? Have you updated things on the Squarespace site? No, you just always hear me say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw your line.
But yes, you could use it. So
it looks really easy. Yeah.
All of Squarespace's tools are web-based, so all you got to do is go in. It's very visual. You don't have to be a programmer, although there are more tweaks you can make if you do have some coding experience. And you just go in, you make your edits, you click save, and bippity-bop, the whole thing is handled by them. The page is hosted by them, and if you sign up for a year, they will even throw in a free domain. So for plans starting at only $8 a month, you get all that stuff taken care of, so you can focus on just building a beautiful website rather than focusing on like figuring out how to get that freaking image to write a line. Just can't do it, which can be very frustrating. So there you go, guys. Squarespace. You should build it. Simple, powerful, beautiful. I think I'm just going to start stringing together every slogan they've ever done at a certain point until we have literally all of them. It'll be like Pokemon style. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and drop my. Seriously, is that not going to work? Is that not going to work for me? You've got to be freaking kidding me. All right, I will find this. I am freaking out here. Come on. Oh, nope, not that one. Well, okay, fine. There you go. Dollar Shave Club. All right, Dennis, you're up. Okay. Tell me about Dollar Shave Club.
So you can order all the, not just your what's that? Razor and some bathroom supply delivered to your house every month. And
Can I help you?
I got
they
this.
have
You sure?
Charlie's, what's that? Charlie
One White Charlie.
One White Charlie.
Thanks, Nick.
They have Chef Moisture and cream.
What did you just say?
Chef Moisture thing.
Ah,
and
yes.
cream,
Yep.
and
Shaving cream.
They don't have
sort of.
some nonsense razor.
Yep.
It's all
Yep.
6 blade
Yep.
and easy to use. Deliver to your house.
So
and-
easy, Dennis can use it.
And yeah, I don't have beer though.
Okay, so Dollar Shave Club. Whether you want high quality razors and other bathroom supplies like their butt wipes or their aftershave or their Dr. Carver shave butter, which is not technically a shaving cream because
They
there's no
have
cream in
travel
it.
size too.
And they have travel sizes. Thank you, Dennis. If you're in the US, Canada, and Australia for just a few bucks a month without having to go out to the store and spend way too much on replacement blades, you guys can join the club, save money, save time, and head over to dollarshaveclub.com/Linus to start doing it.
I like people send stuff to my house, and because when you receive the package, it's like someone send you a gift, but it's actually you send yourself. That's another happiness you can buy.
That is a good point. Thank you, Dennis. Okay, so moving into our next actual topic. If you have work to do, you can leave. I actually only
Okay.
meant to drag you here for a few minutes. Okay, sorry, Dennis. I know you're trying to edit as fast as possible right now. Thank you for joining
See
me.
ya.
Yeah, thanks, Dennis.
Stay.
Stay?
No, they stay.
Yeah, they'll stay. Don't worry, it's okay. So this was posted by No Nerg, whatever that is, on the forum. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link here in the Twitch chat. Boom, there you go. John McAfee, according to the Ars Technica headline, better prepare to eat a shoe because he doesn't know how iPhones work. Okay, so we're gonna fire up this video. At risk of me getting an infringement strike here from who is this? I don't know, some United States. Can I just see this on YouTube, please? Thank you. All right. So some news network. I don't know. I'm not American. So basically, to be clear, he did say, and it's the top comment on the video. I hope everyone knows that the Apple explanation was vastly dumbed down for the press. I know the A7 system chip well, including its secure enclave with separate coprocessor that stores the encrypted fingerprint, the ephemeral key generated by the coprocessor that Apple doesn't even know, the secure enclave memory isolated from the rest of the processes on the chip, etc. It doesn't matter. The main ARM processor has its own memory, and that's what I'm interested in, etc., etc., etc. However, Ars put together a very strong, because I was kind of looking at it going, like the way he was explaining this, it was like a 4-year-old could break into an iPhone. So like he says, okay, so this is a summary from John McAfee. You only need 2 people, a hardware and a software engineer. Okay, well, that sets the bar somewhat high. The hardware engineer takes the phone apart. That doesn't even sound like a hardware engineering task, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I can think of, there's probably 1,000 people on YouTube alone who could take apart an iPhone with their eyes closed. Copies the instruction set, which it sounds like he's sort of loosely using the term instruction set to mean, which is actually a way that a processor takes what software tells it and turns that into something that transistors can understand. Like it translates it into like machine code. So that's an instruction set. So you actually wouldn't even want the instruction set. So I think what he sort of means is like the software, like the actual operating system or something. I'm not sure. Then you run a disassembler, which takes the ones and zeros and gives you readable information. Okay. Then the coder sits down, reads and finds the first access to the keypad, reads the instructions for where in memory the secret code is stored, and he says it'll take half an hour. However, Ars Technica summary, which my understanding of it is, and I am not a software engineer. I want that to be very clear. I'm neither a software engineer nor a hardware engineer, but from my understanding of the way that Apple's encryption works, Apple is being honest and being very upfront about the fact that even they cannot break into an iPhone unless they were to push a software update, so they were to install a new version of iOS onto the phone that defeated the safeguards that they have put into place to prevent even Apple from breaking the encryption. So to imagine for a second that Apple is storing plain text versions of the entries of a passcode, which, by the way, the passcode itself is not what unlocks an iPhone. It actually generates a key that unlocks the iPhone. So to imagine that Apple is storing this in plain text somewhere is just baffling to me that that he would think that it's that simple. And I mean, so here, ours explains it better than I possibly could because they're really smart over there and I'm only a little bit smart. So the pin is not stored in the flash storage at all because there's no need. If the wrong pin is entered, the encryption key that gets generated by combining the pin with the hardware ID won't work. There, that's in a sentence, a way better explanation than I could have possibly given you guys. It will not unlock any encrypted files. So that's how the iPhone can verify if the pin is correct or not. It verifies simply on the basis of, did it work in the key or not? It doesn't actually know or did it work in the lock or not? It doesn't actually know what the right key is for the lock. It's basically like the way that it works is as if people just walk up and try any key in a lock, and the only way the lock even knows what its own Tumblr setup was whether the key works or not. That's the only way it could have possibly known. So to imagine that it is easy to pull that information out of an iPhone is asinine as far as my understanding and the Ars author's understanding goes, which isn't to say that it's impossible. If they were to actually disassemble the chip itself, so they would actually have to inspect the handset's processor. So this is back to the article again, which I believe I linked in Twitch chat, but just in case, I will do it again because it's a really good read. You guys should definitely be checking this out. If they inspect the handset's processor using acid and lasers, it is possible that they could get the device's unique hardware ID, and then with that ID, they could combine it with each pin, every pin, in turn, until they hit upon the exact right one, although the cost and complexity of the technique would be extremely high, and the risk of destroying the device permanently, making it completely unrecoverably, would also be very high. So I don't know if he's actually planning to eat a shoe. I don't know if he actually thinks he could open it in a couple weeks. Because if he could, it's pretty easy to do that demo with some other iPhone. Just be like, hey, just to prove that I really can, here we go, we did it. Or if he's just in his own eccentric way trying to just undermine the FBI's efforts to get Apple to agree to build in a backdoor. If he is I can't believe that. He's kind of an eccentric character, but I haven't seen anything about him to make me believe that he's stupid. So, maybe he's just playing a game that most of us have not picked up on here. I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt, where he's just trying to put up barricades for the FBI, for the government's requests to have Apple build in this functionality. I'd like to believe that's what's going on here, but I'm definitely not sure. So there you have it. Yeah. So I'm actually going to take a break from our regularly scheduled WAN show programming to bring you guys my live Yes, my friends, live voyage of discovery here with this GTX 980 Ti. I'm actually not out of topics. I actually have a fair number of them remaining, but I really want to do this. I'm actually like kind of amped on it, and so I want to bring you guys along for the ride because I have to go home after work today. I'm not going to have a chance to stick around and try this. That's not what I meant to do. Sorry, I was just trying to see if I can get the color right. Ah, wow, that's weird. Okay, so my hands are now pink. Which they're not, but that card looks a lot closer to what it looks like in real life. So I think we've got our color good enough here. So what I will be trying to do is like an epoxy. Okay, the table's not dirty. It's actually it was painted. It is chipped paint. The table is actually not dirty. See, look, I'll lick my finger. See, it's fine. So what I'm going to be trying to do is use nail polish to be like a poor man's epoxy resin fill technique. I don't know how to open these. For coloring a recessed logo or emblem or something along those lines. So my wife went to the pharmacy and obtained these needle syringes for me. So I was hoping to use this as an applicator. I'm actually thinking I might try to suck up the nail polish without the needle tip because I don't want to get nail polish all over it. I'm going to have to be very careful about the way that I apply it. Because a lot of people had critiqued this already, even though I haven't even released the video about it, this painted GTX 980 Ti, saying that it would really be a lot better if I took the extra step to color the GTX 980 Ti text. So, oh, hold on. All right, now, you'll have to pardon me. I've never done this before. I've never put nail polish into a syringe. Okay. I realize I'm not actually showing you guys what's going on here. Okay. That is super duper not working very well. Okay, that's fine. Not an obstacle. Got everyone being all like shooting nail polish. That is not what happens on this show. Not what happens on this show. Oh wow, that is some slow suction that we got going on here. Hopefully you guys can see. I am managing to draw up some nail polish though, so that bodes well for our chances of success here, if we can at least get the nail polish into the syringe. Boy, is that ever slow though. Holy crap. We've got a near vacuum in the thing at this point. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, I can make do with this. Okay, so there are professional ways to do this, but as you guys know, I tend to shy away from those for reasons that are really not very clear to anyone. So let's start on the easiest thing here. Let's start with the T. That seems like the least complex of the letters. Got everyone asking me why I don't put it in the oven. I think you all know the answer to that. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so here I learned something new about needles today. The hole is not actually right in the end. Okay, so that just put a bead that is not spreading out at all into the T, which is fine. I can work with this. We're gonna try and spread it out. I sure hope I haven't like permanently wrecked this thing. Okay. Wow, this is stressful. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I do that's like kind of stressful, but I mean, for me, the cost of a component is less of a factor because, you know, for us, the components are just sort of cost of doing business. We need them. We can't make videos about this stuff unless we have them. So ruining a component is really, really crappy, and I hate doing it. But ruining a bunch of time that I've already invested in a video is much more harmful. So I'm really hoping not to destroy this video card that I have already done most of the work for. Oh, sorry, I realized I moved that away from you. So what I'm kind of hoping for is that I can use some kind of like a cloth or something. Oh, it's coming out really fast. Okay, don't come out so fast, you. Okay. Wow, this is some touchy work here. So what I'm hoping is I can use some kind of a wipe over the top of it to, you know, if it came out the end of the needle, I would be in much better shape right now. To get the excess off around the edges and hopefully get a nice clean line. That is what I am sincerely hoping. Okay. So, the G, the T, and the X, or the G, the T, and the X, the T, only the T, is sort of done, but it looks a little overfilled. So I am at a bit of a loss for how to fix that right now, because I don't think I even have any nail polish remover. Well, there you have it, guys. I got sad on WAN show today. Okay, you know what? Here, I actually have an idea. I have an idea. People are like, can we talk news? This is WAN show. There's only a 60% chance we're even going to talk about news on WAN show. You guys knew that coming into this. You knew what this was. Okay. You know what? No, I want like, okay, what if I use, I need, what do I need? I need something. I need like a flat edge. I need a flat edge. Oh, people are suggesting to suck up the excess with the needle. There's not that much excess though. I might not have fine enough control. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I'm going to try scraping the extra off. Actually, that could work. That could work. I might need to take another couple runs at this here, but as long as I can sufficiently clean off. Oh, we're in trouble now. We're in trouble now. Okay. Now I'm in trouble. Time to bring in the cavalry here. I might need our resident nail polish expert. Can you just clean it with saliva? Oh, the answer is no. I don't know what. Oh, I got a bunch on the top because there's nail polish on my fingers. Well, I sure hope I didn't completely ruin it. We shall find out very, very soon. Cavalry's coming. Yvonne. I may have ruined my painted video card by spreading the nail polish out a bunch and ruining it. Do you know how to get that off? Yep, I'm live. So and I got some there too.
What the heck?
Do you know how to remove that?
Yeah, you need nail polish remover.
I
was even gonna buy some because I was like, I know you're gonna screw this up, and then I didn't. Because I was like, you're using a syringe. It'll be okay.
In my defense, these syringes are not quite what I was expecting. Apparently isopropyl will work.
I don't think so. But
I actually also don't think so.
You need acetone. It's not the same thing.
Yeah. Well, yep. So there you go. I will do a news topic now. Thank you for coming along with me for that wild ride. Oh, this is sort of a big deal. I mean, it's only sort of tech related, but I guarantee you that this will. Is it coming off?
Actually, yeah, because it's not dry yet.
Oh, really? Oh, can I see?
Oh, why?
Because I want to see if it could maybe be removed a little bit.
Yeah, well, yeah, you just rub harder and then it comes off more.
Oh, really?
Well, because it's not dry yet. It's not cured yet.
Can I? Okay. Can I have that?
Whoever said that, I'm sorry. You were right.
Okay. Good job with the isopropyl.
Normally, I think once it cures, it doesn't work though.
I mean, have you ever tried to use alcohol on your fingers?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
But I think it could be because of the paint finish too. Like maybe that's why.
Maybe
it's
it makes it
coming off.
easier to
It's not
remove.
the same. I think you should let me do that. I think you're ruining it. Look, you're taking the paint off.
What?
Or what is that?
I don't
No,
think
it's
so. No, I think that's just nail polish junk. Because if there's a way to fill it without it's okay, that's the problem. The alcohol's not taking it off fully. It's just kind of spreading it around.
Well, that's why you should have let me do it, because I was doing fine. Okay, go away.
We also have that goof off stuff. That may work.
But will that take your paint off?
I'm not sure. We're better off taking the paint off than having that stuck on, though. Just throwing that out there. All right, thank you. I don't know if I posted this in the Twitch chat yet, so I'm going to go ahead and post it here. But yeah, Dow Chemicals and DuPont are merging. This is only peripherally related to tech. Because, like, for example, Corning falls under this merger. They make an awful lot of glass that goes on. It's taking the paint off?
Yeah, that's why it's sticky. See? It's orange.
Oh no, that means it's all the way through the clear coat.
I think that's why it's sticky.
Oh, that's terrible.
Where's the goof off? I mean, at this point,
I don't know. It might be in the cleaning supplies under the sink in the kitchen. Oh, if I have to repaint that, that's like actually kind of a disaster. I don't even know if I have enough primer left. I always push the limits. Always push the limits. So the deal is valued at $130 billion, making it the 18th largest corporate deal ever. This company looks to challenge Monsanto's seed dominance, so it'll create 3 separate entities in India with agriculture products, material science, and specialty products as main businesses. So DuPont and Dow Chemicals have long been criticized for their track records regarding environmental stewardship. DuPont refused to take responsibility for toxic pollutants spilled into the Ohio River. The company has also received scrutiny for its release of perfluorooctanoic acid, which is used to make nonstick products like Teflon. And Dow was responsible for producing napalm used by the U.S. military to devastate populations in Vietnam. Its subsidiary, Union Carbide, was responsible for the deaths of thousands in Bhopal, India in 1984 following a massive leak of a chemical used to make pesticide, and Dow continues to refuse to clean the site or fund medical initiatives to address the spill's ongoing aftermath, say critics of the companies. So this is bound basically to affect pretty much everyone. Like if you go into a grocery store or like a store and buy pretty much anything, I can guarantee you that you are buying something that lines the pockets of DuPont or Dow Chemicals. So 3M, for example, is owned by DuPont and will now be owned by this merged company. In other news, the Dow CEO, Andrew Liveris, gets nearly $53 million in a golden parachute deal after the DuPont merger. So that's $53 million in severance compensation, according to the Securities and Exchange Commission filing. So I think between the two of them, it was something to the tune of like $80 or $100 million. And a golden parachute is effectively an executive assurance package, so that if the company were to ever merge or get bought out, for example, they were to lose their job as a result, they would definitely still be financially secure. And my $53 million, I would consider that financially secure. In other news, this was originally posted on the forum by, that last one was posted on the forum by, no one. Okay, so this one was originally posted on the forum by Implosive Tech. Let's go ahead and link you guys to the original article here. Apple patents magnetically detachable wireless earbuds for the iPhone. So, is it true that the iPhone 7 will have no 3.5 millimeter jack? Possibly. Then again, possibly not. So, yep. This would be a hybrid headphone design that is capable of both corded and wireless operation. So I love the illustrations in like patent applications. It's like they're determined to make people look as weird and creepy as possible. Like who has eyes like that? And it's like she's so smug. It's like she's an Apple user. Oh, I guess that's why. No, I'm just kidding. The smug look on her face could be for any reason. So actually, there's better drawings right here. So it would allow, here you go. So it would have a magnetically detachable point right, oops, sorry, I had the wrong mouse here. Right around here, and then you could, well, attach or detach it, and then power would come in here and, you know, stuff. It's very fascinating. Good for them, I guess. Yeah, relies on 2 cables, one connecting the stereo headphones together to form a listening subsystem, and then one tethering that subsystem to the host device. And it would be for blah, blah, blah. So you could connect the listening device to the host cord for battery recharging and for wired audio signal transmission. DirectX 12, explicit multi-GPU mode, bringing Radeon and GeForce together. No, we talked about that last week. Dang it, Colton. Hi, can I help you?
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Is it completely ruined? Can I see?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Yep. So there you go. My wonderful paint job that I was super proud of is completely ruined, and I will need to completely sand this back down to metal, reprime it, repaint it, re-clear coat it, and reassemble the card. The good news, there is some good news here, is that this piece is, if I recall correctly, the easiest one to remove. So I will not need to fully disassemble the card. That is a very, very small silver lining. But I will not be reattempting my cheapo epoxy resin fill attempt.
Since it's already ruined, can I try?
Since it's ruined, yes, you can try, but I really don't think it's going to be worth the risk of trying it once it's painted again. And you can't do it until after I paint it again. So it was a good idea in theory. I think it could actually still work, but I believe what you would have to do is dilute the nail polish. Because the problem I was having was that it wasn't spreading. So it couldn't overcome the surface tension that was making it bead. I had to try to spread it out by hand, and of course, when you try and spread it out by hand, you might as well paint it by hand. In other news, Happy Goggles.
Here's how to update the world's most...
There we go. A virtual reality headset made from a Happy Meal box. And this is on, this is actually pretty cool. So they show you the whole instructions for how to basically Google cardboard it up with your Happy Meal box. You get to wear that smile on your face too, so you look like a real winner. Love it. Very cool. That's pretty much all that I have to say about that. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's a limited edition Happy Meal box that can fold into VR goggles. Special boxes are being issued to mark the 30th anniversary of the Happy Meal in Sweden, and only select McDonald's restaurants in Sweden will be selling the boxes for now. To accompany the goggles, McDonald's is including a special VR game called Slope Stars, which will be available to download off the McDonald's Sweden's website starting on March the 4th. It's essentially ski-free. No, I'm just kidding. It has nothing to do with ski-free. Although, if you guys get the reference, then one internet point for you. The company says the game will offer the player a 360-degree ski experience and teach them how to stay safe on the slopes. The reaction to the goggles on McDonald's Facebook page was mixed, which to me is kind of bizarre. Like, what's to not like about it? It's at least repurposing a box as opposed to, just throwing it away. Like, why not? Quantum Break's cutscenes, this was originally posted by Sam Fisher on the forum, the live-action cutscenes will require an internet connection. That is some, you know what, I think this was actually added after I started the show here, so I have not reviewed this. I did not know that. This was posted a few days ago, though. Will require an internet connection, so, wow, that is a really weird thing. So it's a time-warping shooter that employs a blend of video game cutscenes and a live-action TV show, attempting to tell a story in a new cross-media way. Okay, very cool. So the live-action cutscenes will not be on the disc, but will actually be streamed to your PC. The developer says that there wouldn't have been enough room to get it all on disc, because there's actually 40 different variations of the show. Xbox One players will have the option of downloading episodes, but PC players will not. The game is set to release April 5th. So I kind of get it. Okay, there's no room on the disc, so we have to have it streamed. But, well, hold on a second. If you can stream it to me, then you can give it to me as a download. And if you're going to give it to Xbox players, then why aren't you going to give it to PC players? That is a whole lot of nonsense that really doesn't make any sense to me at all. I mean, yeah, that's very frustrating. Well, I wish that hadn't been added to the dock now, because now I'm just upset. This is cool. So this was originally posted on the forum by Cloaked, and the original article here is from Ars Technica. With the next update on the PlayStation 4, you will be able to stream games to your PC or to your Mac. Oops. Sorry, it's hard when I'm running this whole thing myself. There's like a touchpad and there's two mice in front of me. It's a feature that, to my knowledge, I've actually yet to encounter someone who extensively uses Steam in-home streaming. Like, I kind of get it on the handheld side, whether it's a PS Vita or whether it's something like an NVIDIA Shield, which didn't take off. I mean, they never even refreshed it. We never even got a new Shield portable. That should give you some idea how popular the feature was. The whole streaming from your gaming system to another device thing really hasn't taken off yet. So I don't know how many people are really going to leverage this, but it's cool to see more options being offered. I'm very interested to see how they handle PC inputs. So things like, can you actually play the game with a keyboard and mouse? Will PlayStation game developers be expected to add that kind of a support, or will you basically be expected to just play PlayStation 4 with a PS4 controller on a screen that's connected to your PC? Not 100% sure. Yep. Yeah. Oh, I am so sad. I am so sad right now that graphics card is broken. Now I just can't focus. All right, Far Cry Primal map. This was originally posted by Trickstari on the forum. Original article here is from gamerpressure.com. And Ubisoft recycled Far Cry 4's map in Far Cry Primal, apparently. So if you have a look here, the similarities are actually pretty striking. I guess that's pretty much all there is to say about that. So thank you guys very much for tuning into the WAN show. Thank you to our very special guest, Dennis, for joining us today. And we will see you again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Luke should be back next week, I believe. So expect a more normal WAN show. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Sorry guys, no after party. I've got some work to do. Been really busy lately.